What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel on this happy Sunday. Before we begin, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff, and let's get into it. Of course, leave your feedback down below. How do you think we're gonna do this week? I think we have a really good shot of doing well this week. Our team, it looks really solid. But yeah, let's just get into it. So this week's team is Dudunsparce Evolution, the Dudunsparce, the Dudunsparce. 3-segment Dudunsparce. I got one shiny in the game, so I figured let's just show one off. The Dudunsparce is one of my favorite Pokemons coming out of this generation. Not only because it's one of the signature Pokemon of my favorite gym leaders, Larry. Who doesn't love Larry? But the Dudunsparce is just, I don't know, something about it just looks really cool. I know it's not the evolution everyone hopes Dudunsparce would get, but the Dudunsparce is just really cool. So, we're running a Choice Band set this week, our team captain. The Dudunsparce has 100 base attack with 55 speed, but we are going to run Adamant max attack, max speed regardless. And the idea is to just send this in and click Hyper Drill and just destroy everything. It should be a nuke. I know the Dudunsparce is PU, so it's not ZU, it's in PU. I know there's a lot of other usage we can get out of it, such as Glare, Stealth Rocks, what Dudunsparce would do. I wanted to showcase its Hyper Drill signature move and offensive prowess, so hopefully the Dudunsparce doesn't let me down with its power. Earthquake and Stone Edge for the strongest ground and rock coverage, which is near perfect coverage that we can get, and Zen Headbutts to catch fighting types off guard, or even like walls like Toxapex. We can hit them very hard with the Zen Headbutt. Terra Normal to boost our damage to even higher heights, and Hyper Drill again. We're probably just going to click Hyper Drill with this one. That won't be real. Volter makes a debut. Eviolite Dusclops. So this set comes from former friend Will-O-Wisp Pain Split Haze Nightshade. I know that you've seen Dusclops on our Scrooge McDuck set last Christmas, so hopefully we have another Christmas special this year. We'll see with ZA coming out, but Dusclops is here to be our wall. It's a mixed wall, so it's Will-O-Wisp Pain Split Haze Nightshade. It's kind of its signature move set, you can argue. It's very tanky. I know 40 HP looks like it's nothing, but paired with Eviolite, so 130 defenses times one plus that 1.5 boost, so that's about 65. So you're looking at about a base 195 defenses with both stats. With the Eviolite and with this spread, we're gonna be eating hits for days. We have reduced damage from foul play going on there, that's why it's bold nature. Nightshade is a move that's just gonna constantly do 50 damage if we're level 50, or 100 damage of HP if we're level 100. Will-O-Wisp to cripple things, Pain Split for recovery, and because Dusclops is so tanky, it's most likely going to need like a +2 from our opponent to really knock this thing down. But even so, we can still take a hit. So if we take a hit and we haze the stats clear, well, guess what? We have a chance to live another oncoming hit and restore back up with Pain Split. So Dusclops is here as our designated defensive wall. Hopefully we can show it off. I love Volter. Dusclops better than Dusknoir, 100% believer of that. Though Dusknoir getting Poltergeist with Choice Band does hit very hard, so maybe we have to do that one day. Another mon making a debut is Serperior, Regal the Serperior. Metronome Contrary Terra Fire. So if you don't know what Metronome does, you probably might have seen this in Terra Raids. The Metronome does consecutive increases to our damage output. So it goes up to 5 turns, as you can see here, right? So it goes, after the first turn we use Metronome, it goes 1.1, or 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, and at 5 turns, 2 times damage. So 1.2 times damage at turn 2, turn 1. No, turn 1 is 0, turn 2 is 2, turn 3 is 4. No, I'm fucking that up. So turn 0, when we click a move, put it this way. So Leaf Storm and Contrary, let me restart. Leaf Storm and Contrary, right? So Contrary reverses our stat changes. So with Leaf Storm, we're going to be gaining +2 instead of lowering +2 because of Contrary, right? And this is our special attack stat. 75 doesn't look like it's going to hit hard. But with Contrary and +2, we're going to be stacking up the boost. With Metronome, right? So at turn 5, we're at 2 times. So 2, 8, 6, 4, 2. So at turn 0, when we click Metronome, has to be landing in succession. So turn 0 Leaf Storm is not going to have any boost. It's only going to be hitting at 1 times power, right? Or same power. Then the next turn when we set up to +2, so not only are we hitting at +2, we're also getting a 1.2 times boost to that Leaf Storm. right? So that's our turn 1, right? Then turn 2, when we're at +4, so not only are we hitting at +4, we're also now hitting at 1.4 times power at our turn 2. Turn 3, we're going to be hitting at +6 plus 1.3 times power, also known as life or power. Turn 4, now we're going to be hitting at +6 with 1.8 times power. And then at turn 5, when it maxes out, we're hitting at +6 with plus a 2 times multiplier with that, making Serperior a walking nuke at that point. It only takes 3 to get up to +6, and it takes 5 turns to get the most power out of our moves. So hopefully that's clear. So we'll be clicking Leaf Storm 9 times out of 10 to get that boost first, then click everything else. Dragon Pulse for general coverage, Giga Drain for recovery because the Serperior doesn't have that much health. But Terra Blast Fire is the key here for that coverage option to hit steel types, to hit other grass types, to hit, let's see, we're not really hitting rock types, hit ice types, hit Scizors, Corviknights, right? So we have options here. Serperior is our designated special attacker this set, and it's going to do very, very well. Dojo, the Primarina, makes a return here. So it is our special defensive wall, AV, max HP Primarina. You know how it is. It's going to do a lot of damage. It has a high special attack at 126, and it's going to eat a lot of things at 116. But Death, base 80 HP, that combination is nothing to sneeze at. Sparkling Aria, Moonblast, Psychic Noise, and Energy Ball to hit just about everything. Psychic Noise for, so it's the same moveset as last time. This might be replaced with Psychic. Essentially, Psychic Noise, sound-based move. It'll pass through subs and screens and do the utmost damage while also block your recovery. And with AV, the ability to switch up moves, this thing is basically how Innocence or Goodra runs as well. Howbird makes a return. I'm skipping over Gruff because in recording, Gruff did have a hard time making a debut, so I'll just go over Gruff. Gruff had a hard time hitting the field because sometimes it wasn't deemed as a legal Pokemon, quote unquote, even though I've used Gruff in the past before in our Uxie set with our Uxie. So I'm not too sure. Maybe Gruff will hit the field. Other than that, it might be replaced by a Steel type, most likely Registeel. But the purpose of Gruff, I'll just put Gruff here. Gruff's purpose was to set up rocks, be our designated lead. Set up rocks, taunt things because it is quite fast, even though 77 speed. But at Timid Nature, it goes really quick against leads such as Gliscors and Landorus. But the goal was to get up rocks, taunt things if we're going up against like Scarms or slower leads. Lava Plume to spread burns, and Earth Power for general coverage there. Shucka Berry to withstand one ground move. Flash Fire to be a fire immunity because we do have kind of a fire weakness going on with Serperior. But it pairs well. Fire, Water, Grass Core, Dragon Steel, Fairy Core is going on here. But yeah, Gruff was a great mon. I don't know what it's like in the recording sections yet. I've yet to play with that. But it will most likely be replaced by Registeel just because it gives us less weaknesses. But Gruff is here on the team. This was the original member. Hopefully Gruff does show up in recording. And as aforementioned, we have Howbird coming back, not Choice Band this time, bringing back a Mode Breaker Lum Berry classic set, Terra Berry. This time around, Howbird, she is rocking everything. Dragon Dance to set up, basically, 147 attack and 97. Goes hard at +1. If we can get a +2, that'll be even better. Dragon Claw for great coverage there. Dragon Stab, Earthquake to hit Steel types. And Iron Head to hit Fairy and Ice types. Howbird is here to be the walking muscle of the team. Of course, we love our Dragon types. We've seen how Wardlow has done in the past. Roaring Moon, right? Terra Dragon Zard, Dragon Knight, right? So Howbird here. I mean, even Howbird, way back in set 2, right, was doing a lot of things when we had Wish Cash, right? So, where it's here, it's back. We're going to do a lot of damage with it, and hopefully it can deliver. Here's the team in all of its glory here. So, again, we are most likely going to lead with Gruff or whatever its replacement is if we can't get it consistent in battle. But, I'll be honest, there is no designated lead for this set. It's going to be based on our opponent. So, who knows? We might send in Dusclops first, right? If we're up against like a Gliscor when we can Will-O-Wisp it, right? It might be Serperior if we're going up against a, usually a lead water? If we're going against Pert or Quagsire, right? Or even full send Haxorus if we know we're going up against like a Galvantula, right? We can D-Dance and Dragon Claw. Hopefully we don't get parried, but we have Lum Berry to counter that, right? So the lead is going to depend on our opponent, but this is a very, very hard team to crack. Hopefully we can maintain this Firewater Grass, Dragonsteel, Fairy Core. The Dudunsparce will sneak in there to get the finishing chips. Dusclops there to be a wall. Dusclops plus Primarina makes a very, very hard defensive core to crack. So yeah, that's the team in all of its glory. If you like what you see, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Put your comments down below. How do you think we'll do? Pokepaste are always in the description. Of course, feel free to use the team and whatnot. Thank you guys for watching, all the support. I wish you have. I hope you have a great Sunday and have a great week. Till then, bye-bye for now.